color football ever. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin and I'm here with the guys in the studio, the A team, to talk about the Champions League. This week is Champions League. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is Champions League football. And also, good Manchester United, they won their cup game yesterday. They trashed their opponent 7-0. Welcome guys, welcome to the show. Remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, welcome football maniacs. Hope you enjoyed the array of games yesterday as I did.
Yesterday was massive. Good morning, Nonso.
Well, good morning. I scored Bayern Munich scoring those goals. Hurricane on the score sheet.
Scored 9 goals.
And my United fans, you guys will just back up from Ten Hag a bit now.
Okay, guys, let me give you the results of yesterday's game. Young Boys 0, Aston Villa 3, Juventus 3, PSV 1, Sporting Lisbon 2, Lille 0, AC Milan 1, Liverpool 3, Bayern Munich 9, Dynamo Zagreb 2, Real Madrid 3, and Stuttgart 1. Okay, guys, let's start with the big one. Bayern Munich trashing their opponent. Hurricane scoring 4 goals. No, so we saw that game. Yesterday we were talking about company. If he's up to the task. If you look at his Bundesliga games, he is winning games in Bundesliga. His first Champions League game, his team scored 9 goals. Give him his flowers.
I never took his flowers.
You did yesterday.
I said the first game. I said the first game will not tell the long run. It's simple. You win the first game, is what I said yesterday. You might run over, but these people are champions in their own right. They might put up a fight, which they did, but it wasn't enough to get them the result. But on the long run, what happens? This is the first game. Everybody's like company. I'm not here saying he's not a good coach. I'm just saying he's a coach. He's a young man. He's still going to make errors. He's going to make mistakes. But those mistakes at the long run, I don't see him coming at top in the Champions League. That's what I said. Not that I didn't say he's going to lose his first game. We all know that Dynamo Zagreb was going to come out with a fight, all gone blazing, all hands swinging, but yet they were not going to get the points. They were not going to get the results. But I just felt like this was a game for a company to win and make a statement. But on the long run, he's not going to dominate the Champions League this season. It's just what I said.
Are you sure?
Yes, that was what I meant when I said it yesterday.
Okay, but that game, if you look at that game, they scored that goal. Hurricane scoring 4 goals. This year is going to give us a whole lot of goals. What do you make of that particular game?
Well, it was a good game to see the way they set up to play. I think that side kind of came up. When I said this about Real Madrid game, I know they were going to be goals, and the same thing happened to this one. They set up their way, they set themselves in a way to play high line defense. And at some point, after conceding 3 or 4 goals, they started conserving the strength of defenders and wanted to defend it and hit on the break, which was already late. They're already losing 4 goals. You're already losing by a long margin. So why sit back now? If you're going to sit back and defend, you should sit back and defend from the first half. Not try to cover the midfield, because all they tried to do in that game was cover the midfield. See if they could put Bayern Munich in a trap. But it didn't work out, and they already considered 4 goals. So they had to now react, and from reacting, they considered more goals. And that was how the game went throughout the last night.
3 of Hurricanes' goals were penalties. 3. But we have to give him his flower. Him scoring 4 Champions League goals. He's not the most English player that has scored in the Champions League. But generally, how do you see that game, John?
Yeah, for me, it was a dominant performance from Bayern Munich. I was happy with the performance. One player whose name may not be called is Jamal Musiala with a couple of assists on the night and a couple of other good performances from the midfield as well. I thought that game was a fantastic win for Bayern. Company showed his tactical nous if it was the way they played and the way the team were set up. And, it feels finally good to see Vincent Company, albeit a club legend for Man City, getting some things done in Europe.
Okay, Olise scored 2 goals.
Yes.
Hurricane scored 4 goals. So I think that team they are settled. Company are settled. They play with calm. They pass the ball well. They attack well. Good luck to Company.
In the first 15 minutes of the game, you saw the goal they scored. Serge Gnabry offside. In the second half, the start of the second half as well, you saw them. So I'm just like, if you know you're going to sit deep, because after this error, after they come, I think when they were trying to come back, they started playing the high line again, and they considered more goals. If you're going to sit deep and defend, fine, start from beginning of the game, like I said. So the whole passing range between Hurricane and Olise and Musiala was just top notch. With Serge Gnabry coming into that game, I just felt like, but they had a blow in that game. Nura was sent out. Nura was taken off for injury. So I don't think they are going to have a good season without Nura. But they always have a way to get a good goalkeeper around.
Okay, Olise is going to be the star for Bayern Munich, and I love seeing him play. He plays good football, and I love him. Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's AC Milan versus Liverpool. Everybody was thinking after they conceded that first goal, after 3 minutes, Liverpool conceded the first goal. So everybody was thinking, what will happen with Liverpool on this game? But they came back to score 3 goals and they won that game, John.
Yes, I backed them on the show yesterday that they were going to get a win out of that game, and I said it was going to end up maybe being 2-1. I wasn't expecting them to win it out 3-1, but all the same, kudos to them. I think Pulisic got one in for Chelsea fans yesterday.
Oh, Chelsea, he left Chelsea.
Yeah, he left Chelsea now, but he's a former Chelsea player at AC Milan right now. That goal was fantastic, and Liverpool responded. They showed character and they got back into the game, and they won the game outright as I expected. I think they've bounced back from the weekend game and they can now start looking forward to getting more output in the season.
No, so if you look at that game, and still got it right. I think about this coach's thing. If a coach wins a game,
he got it
right. When he loses
the game, everybody is happy to sign.
Yes.
But look at it now. I said this yesterday. I said there was something I said yesterday before I called it a draw. AC Milan likes to score early goals, but they don't see out their games with that win. Look at the Serie A. You see that they score goals. You see them score 2 goals, 3 goals, but yet you see them lose the game or perhaps play a draw. And that was why I said, okay, fine, they were going to score early goals in this game and perhaps settle for a draw. And to my biggest surprise, they lost that game because scoring 3 minutes into the game and conceding from a set piece and conceding another goal and just conceding 3 straight goals tells that you didn't do your homework on the side you're playing against. It just tells me that you were not ready for the game mentally. You're not ready for the game.
Liverpool are just a better team.
Aside that, look at the way they set up to play. You see that this is a clear-cut part to set up to play. It's a good side to play against Liverpool. It's a good tactics to play against Liverpool. But they were just not ready mentally and physically. It's just what I have to say about it.
Okay, John. Let's move on to the other English team that played earlier. It's Young Boys versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa, this is the first time they are playing Champions League in a very long while.
Yes.
It's been I can't even remember the last time they played the Champions League football, but they won that game comfortably 3-0.
Yeah, it was a good showing from Aston Villa. I was happy with the way they played the game. They approached the game as if they would a regular Premier League match, and they matched Young Boys and overpowered them. I think the only reason I am, struggling to find something in that game was when John Duran's goal was cancelled. He scored a beautiful corner.
Very, very beautiful goal.
That boy is going to go high in football.
The thing is, before we got in Fulkrug, it was the name on the list.
Yes.
It was the name on the list. But I don't know, for some reason he decided to stay back at Aston Villa. Not that he decided to stay back at Aston Villa. We couldn't meet the valuation. You get, the price was just too high, about 40 million quid, and we just couldn't meet it, and we settled for Fulkrug. But look at this player now. This guy went on to score a goal, created many chances. Though the goal was in the build up to the goal, there was a foul in there. I don't know if it was on another committed foul also, but there was a build up. There was a build up. It was a foul in the build up to that goal. But you see how he played. He played with so much passion. He played with so much flair. At least at some point, it kind of gave Oli the room to explore more options. Oli Watkins was just a free man up there.
Let's not forget Oli Watkins had a goal ruled out as well.
So I just feel like these players, these two guys, they have, if they're going to continue to play this 4-4-2, whatever they're playing now, it will give Oli Watkins a room to challenge, maybe to challenge for the golden boot for Aston Villa in the Champions League.
Emery have not cracked the Champions League. He has cracked the Europa League. Yes. Somehow he has won it 4 times or 3 or 4 times.
4 times. 3 weeks.
He has coached PSG. He has coached a whole lot of big teams. But when it comes to Champions League, he gets it. Somehow he does not do well in it. But I think this is time for him to take Aston Villa to probably quarterfinals, semi-finals of this Champions League.
You have to put him in the running because this season there's a change in format, and so I think this change in format is going to help a couple of people, and it's also going to harm some big names. We are yet to see those big names that it will harm, but I see this as a good one for Aston Villa. Emery should be able to get himself some points on the board. I said it yesterday, let's not forget their next match is against Company and his men. So, glad they picked up the 3 points in this game. Hopefully they can go on and get something in their remaining matches. But the key to the Champions League this year is to be able to pick up points whenever you get the opportunity.
And which they did very well. Okay, let's talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid winning that game 3-1. Mbappe scored again. After the first half, it was 0-0 after the first half. Then Mbappe scored that goal. Immediately after the second half started, they scored that game. They equalized and they scored 2 goals. They introduced Modric and Modric gave that assist for Rudiger to score that goal. But also Real Madrid, they are the Mr. Champions League. They are the Champions League team of the century. They have won it 15 times. They have shown up again to win this game. How do you see that game? How are you looking at Real Madrid now?
The person I want to talk about is Hendrick. Manages to score goals every time.
Coming off the bench
I
to
don't know.
score them.
The funny thing about that goal he scored, that he was 3-2.
Yeah.
He was 3. Mbappe was on his left. Vinicius was on his right. And he just took the shot at the end.
It felt like he had a better chance of scoring the goal.
No, he was lucky.
And
No, not lucky.
disagree.
Not lucky.
That game was lucky.
Because there was a speech about what's it called now, Inzaghi and the other striker Pastuta, who in the opposition they were in an attack of 3-2, and they were like, the other guy was shouting for Inzaghi to pass the ball, and Inzaghi told him to wait, and Inzaghi took the shot because he knows he was in a better position.
Nobody shoots from there when you are 3 players against 2.
See,
Nobody
he
shoots
knows.
from there.
He knows. Do you know why they call him Grandpa?
If
You
that's
see
it.
what he said? He said everybody was saying, who is your idol? People were calling Messi. He called somebody that has died since, like, I don't know, if someone that has retired from playing football before he was born. He was calling Bobby, and they were like, no, this guy is not that young. He's not that 17. He's maybe about 60-something years in the body of a 17-year-old guy. Because for you to call someone that played in the 50s as your idol,
No, so you are playing 3-2.
See,
somehow
the best option
took
was
Also
to pass. Yes, but look at it now. In the mind of the defenders and the goalkeeper, he's going to pass the ball. That's one thing. That's defending 101. Think like him. Now he thought like them.
That goalkeeper made a mistake.
No,
Because he
see.
touched the ball actually passed him.
Because in his mind, what he was thinking was the striker was going to pass the ball.
If he missed, what if
If he missed the ball, no problem. Everybody criticized him, but look at it now. He played the mind game. That's what I believe. He played the mind game and it worked.
What we are not seeing is that everybody expects this guy coming to Real Madrid, keep your head down,
And
get your minutes, support the other big guys ahead of you. You get
he
your
wants
time.
He wants to be there.
And Baba came in and said, "Look, man, I'm here for myself. I'm here for myself.
I'm not going to be an understudy of somebody that I think I am better than in scoring goals.
Straight up.
He thinks he's no. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he thinks he's better than Kylian and Vini in scoring goals, and he's doing just that. Because you give him 10 minutes on the game, he scores you goals. You give him 5 minutes on the game, he scores you goals. So why not just open your mouth and say it widely that I am better than this person? But he doesn't want to say it, so he doesn't.
Let me even make it clear that
a disrespectful message to the rest
he is
of them.
still 18 years. There is nothing he will do for him to bet Mbappe.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. And all he needs to do is just keep scoring whenever he gets into games. And one opportunity will come along, he will start.
It's just like Andagula now that you say he gets into games and you say he doesn't have an assist to his name. When you get him into games, he has 1 assist, or perhaps he has like 2 big chances to create. It's how creative these players are, but they just, okay, fine, I know I can't bench anybody in this team. I'll sit on the bench, but whenever I get my chance, I show the coach that I am better than anybody that is playing ahead of me.
Okay, and if you look at the team too, the 3 strikers might not play the whole season, so maybe somebody has to go to injury, and probably they have to move someone and allow injury.
I said this yesterday. I said Jude was not on top of his form because of the injury he suffered. He played yesterday and he came out for what's it called now, and I think his performance so far yesterday was below par. Although he had those big chances or those big numbers to his name, but his performance for me overall was just below par. It was below 7.5 rating.
Okay, let's see what Real Madrid is going to be doing in this year's Champions League, because Real Madrid are the Champions League team of the century. Once they enter the pitch and hear that anthem, you play the anthem, it's over for you.
It's over.
They will somehow score you. Even when they were losing at some point, they were losing against Man City, I think 2 years ago. Somehow they scored 3 goals in 5 minutes for them to win that game. So Real Madrid are always Real Madrid. Okay, let's talk about the other game that happened is Juve versus PSV. Juve winning that game comfortably 3-1.
Yeah, Vlahovic again and a couple of other usual suspects in the side. I wasn't expecting anything from that game apart from a win, and the game delivered. And kudos to PSV for getting on the score sheet as predicted, and they can move on from there. Hopefully, they don't wind up in the bottom half of the table.
No, they have to win.
I saw an old man and a very young boy making his debut for the club, and his debut for the club.
Come on, man! How old is the player for crying out loud?
No, I'm not saying Frankie de Jong was the old man and a young boy making his debut for the club and PSV. And on a Champions League night, I told you this last night. I said this young boy making the debut for the club and on a Champions League night, how well do you think he will perform? And he said the coach saw something in him, and I was like, okay, fine, 17-year-old playing on a Champions League night, first match for your club, it's good. And Gonzalez took the shine as he took the opportunity to make sure this guy learns the better way.
Welcome to the Champions League.
It was a clear message. Welcome to the Champions League. You don't always get too close to your opponents if you're not going to commit a foul. And he did that on multiple occasions, ran out of position, went to make a tackle and didn't get the tackle and still didn't get the ball. So if you go out of your position as a left back, try and make contact. It's what I keep telling defenders. Don't run out of position, because if you don't make contact, someone else is running into your position.
Yes.
And the pass is going to that position. So run out of a position, make contact.
It's easy when we sit down and watch football. We can learn anything. Once I played football.
Yes.
I played football a short while. I didn't actually advance my career. Probably if I had advanced my career, probably I would be in Europe somewhere.
Do you know why I decided to go into coaching than playing?
So I think it's easy when we sit down and analyze. Sometimes you can have something in your mind. For example, if you want to play a pass, you have it on your mind. And when you play it, your mind and your body will not connect.
No.
One thing you cannot take away from the PSV side is that the PSV side showed us passing football.
Passing football, they were going forward. I think at some point I was telling John, like, these people have 500 passes, yet none of those passes have hit the box 16, as in the final third of the Juventus side. It was just passes around the midfield, their own half. They come into the final third, they don't make the pass into the final third, they pass it back again, and they continue, and the recycle is like, okay, Juventus is sitting back, let's recycle. They recycle, but whenever Juventus passes the ball forward, either a shot is coming off it or a goal is coming off it. I think that was what led to the first goal by Idris. And I was like, okay, he crossed the ball, and he didn't cross it. I think it felt like he had a better shot, better chance of shooting than crossing the ball, and he took a shot, and it was a goal, far corner. He hit the woodwork and went inside. So I'm like, okay, fine, this is a good one. Then Gonzalez again with the dribble and the flick on and the pass to Vlahovic, and McKennie was on it. And I'm like, okay, fine, this is good again. But you went on to see different dribbles, different passes forward, and different goals from different players on the Juventus side. And you ask yourself, why are PSV just holding on to the ball and not passing into the final third?
Clearly because they don't have a striker up front that can do the job.
Luke de Jong.
Yeah, Luke de Jong. Yeah.
Luke de Jong is old.
Luke de Jong was just sitting there waiting for service.
No,
man.
I think he got on the passes as well.
He got a lot of crosses in for headers, and all of them were like a pass rather than a header.
It was like getting in between a rock and a hard place. You have to knock one down. Bremer was a softer one than Gatti. Knock Bremer down and get your crosses, but he didn't.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. Juve winning that game 3-1. It's Sporting Lisbon versus Lille. That game ended 2-0 for Sporting Lisbon. But John, Sporting, they are winning their games. They have been winning their games. Even in their league, in Portuguese league, they are winning. Now they won that game 2-0.
They won that game, and the main man, Victor Gyökeres, was on
He scored the game.
Yeah.
That guy has been scoring.
He keeps scoring, yeah. He keeps scoring and doing well. I was surprised that Leo couldn't even put up any resistance or a fight in that game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let's see what Sporting is going to be doing. Okay, let's move on to today's game. There are games today. In case you are confused, the Champions League happens Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then 3 days in a week. There is no Europa League this week. Europa League is going to happen next week. So they are trying to change the format.
They've made football boring.
I think it's not boring. I think it's fun.
Normally, you know, teams that qualify for Europa League now plays on Tuesday, and you're like, come on, why would I be watching a Europa match on a Tuesday evening?
I think that they are trying to change the format. More games, more money.
No,
for the players, more money for the club.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
More stress too, and players playing, because we've had a couple of players like Rodri and Alisson speak about the more games and stuff.
And well, if they are paid how much they are paid, if they pay me how much they are paying them, I'll play football every day. If I get injured, I'll play again.
You use bandage.
I use bandage and play again. You know how much we earn? Us that work almost 6 times in a week. Don't how much do we earn?
So I'm just saying that.
I understand what they are saying.
I'm just saying you have training times. You play a game, and this is not like Godangwa football where we normally play Godangwa or perhaps street football every day. But this is not a place where you say you play every day. The intensity in these games are high.
Yes.
So you can't be playing every 7 games in 22 days. That's every 3 days you're playing a game. Man City played on Saturday. They played on Sunday. They're playing on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and they have a game on Saturday.
They are playing today.
No,
and they have a game on
Sunday. So it's like one game every 3 days. So it's tough, man. It's tough to say this that okay, it's good players. The intensity in the Premier League and intensity in the Champions League is way too high. That you can't be playing every 3 days. You need some time to rest.
Another thing is you need to be fit. You need to be energetic. You need to be ready mentally to perform. And if you are not in any of those peak conditions, you are going to suffer. Your team is going to suffer. Your game time, because if you keep consistently turning up below par, you are going to lose your spot. So
and someone else has been on the bench will be like he's a better reserved energy than you are, and he's taking your spot.
Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Go there. We are there. Drop your comments. I'll be reading your comments live here in the studio at Vote FM Sports on YouTube. We are here. Go and watch us talk football, Champions League live. Okay, I'm reading some of the comments we have here. Okay, welcome guys. We could have a whole lot of comments. People joining us. Welcome guys. Welcome. Okay, Charles Gilenzo is saying the game was really hard for Madrid yesterday. I was glad they were able to win. Thanks to Courtois for all the wonderful saves. Courtois kept them in the game.
Like I said, they were going to play a very high line, and they did. So it was a good one for Real Madrid, though.
Okay, Chizoba is saying, I said it yesterday, Liverpool will beat AC Milan. Viral City, good morning guys, good morning Viral City, welcome to the show. Then Charles is also saying, Liverpool made me proud yesterday. I was blown away. San Siro is no more a threat again. I think so. I think we said it yesterday, AC Milan somehow lost their ways. Now they have some players that are not really up to the task. You have players. Morata is even playing for them as a striker.
I saw them take off Morata for Tammy Abraham. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? What is happening now? What is this person thinking? Like, you're taking off a striker, a tapping striker, for a striker that could build up, and you need a goal. Leave this tapping striker, get in someone that could walk you from defense to midfield, a workhorse. This is the time you need a workhorse that could run from defense to midfield and still get on the score sheet or perhaps get a goal for you. But not take off a like for like. You take off a tapping striker and bring in a striker that could play like Harry Kane. No, you don't. Because Harry Kane might not be in the position to finish off those chances. He will drop deep to 6. So when he drops deep to create chances like the other midfielders, who is in that position to bury those chances? Nobody.
Okay, we have one more comment here on our YouTube channel. Remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Chizoba is saying Madrid should work on their defense. Okay, should work on their defense line if they want to go far, because I saw a whole lot of errors in their defense.
Yeah, Carvajal was playing as centre back, Lucas Vazquez starting, and most defenders are injured. So I think that was a mistake they did. They could have gotten in a defender after Nacho left, but they didn't.
And they didn't. And let's not forget now, Real Madrid's back line. Let's just focus on the center pairing at the back. They've not had a steady center pairing in a long time. It's always been switching between players. Yes.
Militao and Nacho always come in. Why do you guys stand by one?
But somehow, even if they play their under 21
defense line,
they will win the Champions League somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they somehow.
Let's see this year. Okay. Format have changed. I keep singing it till it will.
But everybody knows that they're going to qualify.
I want to ask John. When the format changed,
did the
song change?
No, and from the knockout stages,
did the song change?
John,
did that?
Did it change? We will find out.
No, what I'm saying
it's games time.
If they qualify from the group stages,
it's just
from these league stages.
It's just getting out of the league stage.
And knockout stage is still the same format.
That's what knockout stages is. I'm telling you now, because if you do not finish in the top 8. You are going to fall, and you finish below 24th. You are out. If you finish from 9th to 24, you are going to play extra set of games, knockout games.
Real Madrid will
and before you now get into the knockout stages, by which time you could have risked more injuries, by which time you risk more games mentally for the players.
John, we are talking about Real Madrid.
Irrespective, I'm not saying that format have changed. We are singing Real Madrid song now, and
This
season
the
have
same
changed.
thing. The same thing with
I
Man
said
City.
it here. It's fine.
Okay, let's talk about today's game. The Champions League happening today and tomorrow. So let's talk about today's fixtures. Sparta Prague versus Salzburg. Bologna versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Celtic versus Slovan Bratislava. I don't know where they are coming from.
That's a Slovakian team.
Yeah.
Slovakian team.
And they are here to just slaughter because they like to defend and like it's very aggressive there.
Okay, Club Brugge versus Borussia Dortmund, PSV versus Girona, Manchester City versus Inter Milan. Okay, let's start with the English team. Manchester City playing Inter Milan today. That game is going to be a big team because they are the champions of England and champions of Italy. So, what are you seeing in that game? What are you expecting Manchester to run riot against Inter, or they are playing at Etihad today? So they are playing at home. What do you expect?
I'm seeing a repeat of 2023 Champions League final.
It's 2 years ago, yes.
2 years ago Champions League final. I'm seeing a repeat of that Champions League final in this one because it's going to be tough. It's going to be fought in the midfield. It's going to be everybody on their toes, everybody running around, and one goal will just have to decide. Just one goal decider in this one. Is maybe at this point you say Inter Milan will be looking for revenge that they might not have. You understand? Inter Milan might be looking for revenge that they might not have. So it's just a one goal in it for them.
John, why expecting Pep is always Pep. Pep is challenging. Apart from Real Madrid is the only team that actually stopped Pep from winning more Champions League for Manchester City. Now, they are back again trying to win the Champions League again. Are you expecting Pep to go all the way to the finals this year?
I wouldn't expect anything less from Pep. This is a veteran winner. This is somebody who wins for fun, and he's perfected the formula. And the team, they are just going to go out there and act it. Okay, the vision has already been imprinted on the inside, and today I want to see a Haaland hat-trick. Let's see if Haaland can keep outscoring all the living legends in the game.
If he scores one more goal today, he's going to break that record for most goals for 100 games. I think Ronaldo has the record. I think if Haaland scores today, he's going to break that record. Okay, let's see what happens with Manchester City and Inter Milan. PSG and Girona is playing today. What do you make of that?
PSG and Girona, it's going to be, what will I say now? Girona a good side, but this is PSG. But I've not seen PSG, be as deadly as they were with Mbappe.
Yeah, something is off with this PSG team. I can't tell.
You've not seen them.
I've not seen them win as dominantly as they did.
Come on, they've been winning with goal margin, like plenty of goal margins.
Come on, man, this is League On. This is Champions League and League On are not the same.
That's what I'm saying now. This is the first game in the Champions League. Even with Mbappe there last season, they couldn't get most of the goals in the Champions League last season. If you look at towards the end of last season in the Champions League, they couldn't get much of the goals. And in the League On this season, they started with plenty of goals. Bakola is scoring goals, Dembele is scoring goals. All the front line is scoring goals.
I think Mbappe leaving that team is a blessing in disguise.
Because everybody is now
playing well. No, there's no pressure on the team to do anything now.
When you say that, put it in perspective, because you say that and we cannot agree to that. But let's not forget that when there was a goal drought in the Champions League last season, man was playing off his position and man was not getting services. And man also was dealing with all the fallout in the media over his contract and all about that. Now, without Mbappe in the side, everybody has to pitch in. And they are still going to lack that man up front that can give them 20, 30 goals in a season.
Maybe, but as long as everybody scores goals, everybody creates chances, then it's okay for the coach.
Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. And you can call us to join this conversation with us in the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about yesterday's game and today's fixtures too. Tell us what you think about Liverpool, Real Madrid. Call us and tell us your own contribution. Okay, let's move on to the next game, guys. Let's talk about Celtic. Celtic are playing these new guys. Okay, let's take this call before we move over to Celtic. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Kenneth, calling from Munich.
Okay, Kenneth, what is your contribution? Okay, we lost that call. 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Network.
What's wrong with network this
Network
morning?
is network 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Hello, guys. I call back. Kenneth from Enugu.
Okay, Kenneth, what is your contribution, Kenneth?
For today's match, I think Man City will win Inter.
Okay,
So it will be a slight win.
okay.
For Bayern, if they like, make them win 20-0. They will not win the Champions League.
Oh, wow.
Unless they start and you're choosing. They will win.
Okay, sorry.
He's jumping on that trend, man. He's jumping on that trend. Please don't. Please
Okay,
don't.
Please, you don't make. Sorry for that. We don't actually make fun of any religious bodies on this show. Okay, let's move on to the games today. Club Brugge is playing Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund reached the Champions League final last season, so they are starting their campaign again. Do you think that they can reach the final again this season, John?
I don't think so, and they have to be realistic with their ambitions for the season. Let them survive the group stages first, and then we can see where they go in the knockouts.
What do you think?
There was something the coach did, and I think it's regards to what Pochettino did in 2019, and I felt like Pochettino is not the man for a top coach. You know what he did in 2019 when he took what's it called, Tottenham Hotspur to the Champions League final and lost. The speech he gave after that Champions League final was, "I don't think there's any other thing I could offer this club. This is your first final in about how many years? After 5 years in the club, and you're telling the fan base you don't think you can offer the club anything, and you still had the nerves to stay on that contract.
Why wouldn't he stay on the job?
As my coach, you tell me you don't have anything to offer after meeting the Champions final. It means that's the peak of your career. You cannot go beyond that. As my coach,
You see, I have a thing when coaches come out and they are honest. Like we are seeing Postecoglou now get some flack for making a statement.
He said it's the fact.
He win things in his second season. He's getting flack of the media, and Pochettino getting flack also for making that statement. But just look at the Spurs team now in perspective. How much was Levy giving him? What were the signings he was asking for, the things he was looking for?
No, see, I'm just saying, it's that mentality that happened with Borussia Dortmund now. You reach the Champions League final, and after that, you just resign from your job. So which tells you that coach was, maybe now they got in a new coach that would have to start building again. So I'm not seeing them in the Champions League final this year, but I'm just saying it will take a long 2 years to build, because that coach took about 18 months to build that team to the Champions League final.
Okay, let's jump over to the prediction. Let's start with Sparta Prague versus Salzburg. What is your own prediction, John?
I'm going to lean towards Salzburg because of the players they have, the talents they have, and let's see if they can edge out a win. But they are just one of these clubs that have been there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Chris Santos calling. I'm calling from Enugu.
Okay, Chris Santos, what is your contribution?
Yeah, I'm happy for Liverpool win. Because after losing that Saturday game, it seems like everything has gone for them. But a very nice one. They were able to gather the momentum and beat AC Milan at home. You know, it was a very nice game, especially my man, Gravenberch, who is doing very, very well in that midfield. Everybody was happy, and the ways Oduzin and commanding the midfield, I was so happy. His interception and the tracking back and everything was good. So, and I remember there's one save he made where Rafael was moving the ball to the 18 ball. He has already run away from this guy, Konate and Trent Arnold. But I was surprised the way he comes back to push that ball away to a corner kick. So the guy, it's a nice thing, the best thing to happen to Liverpool. After Zubimendi has refused to come, the guy was able to put him away, I don't think Zubimendi can even command that first team if he comes to Liverpool. Yeah, have a nice time, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. 0706 048 5853. Okay, we are talking about prediction. So what's the prediction for Sparta Prague versus Salzburg?
These two teams have been there. They just come and mark attendance.
They
just come and mark attendance and go. So I'm not putting them. I'm not persistent. Anybody can just win that game.
Okay, Bologna versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Your predictions?
Bologna. This man just brought them to the Champions League and left them high
went
and
to
dry.
Juventus,
and left
yes.
them for Juventus. So I think they might settle for a draw because Shaka is also a team that has always come to mark attendance in the Champions League. So a draw would settle that.
Bologna should still have the players to be
They
able
sold
to
many
win
of those
that game.
players.
They
They
should
sold
still
many
have-
of those players.
They
That's the
should
problem.
still have.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Olima calling from MNS.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Well, my contribution is I see Man City scaling through.
Okay.
And, PSG scaling through and Celtic scaling through.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Celtic, Man City, and PSG.
And PSG.
sailing through.
Okay, everybody expects Celtic to win that game. Okay, they are playing. Celtic is going to play. Okay, let's take this call before we get your prediction for that game. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Godwin.
Good morning.
Nanso and John, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning,
Name and
Bishop.
location, please.
It's Bishop. I
Okay.
have to answer fully.
Bishop, what is your contribution?
Congratulations, first of all, to Real Madrid, the champion.
Yeah.
They have started in a good note. Even though it was not a total dominance,
Yes.
but the Stuttgart, they really Stuttgart, just like their name. If you watch the first half, it was a very tough game. It was not easy to break them. I was watching, I was like, this team, they are trying. But for you to defend the Madrid attack like that, you have to be really focused and maintain. But just like I always say, this Madrid forward is a cheat. For how long will you be able to defend them? That is the question. You may do that in the first half. Second half, they will come more. You get tired. Congratulations to them. They really tried. Madrid won. They are well in a good mood.
Okay, thank you.
Also, Aston Villa was also a team that surprised me, going away to beat their opponent like that. Emery is also a tactician, but he has been a coach I always watch out for. A very tactician, that man you see. Very good. So I don't know his issue with coaching a big club. I'm thinking that he's a coach that should be coaching a big club. But I don't know, he always finds himself in smaller clubs. Maybe boys he can control or that can execute his plans and the way he wants them to play. I don't know. I'll be thinking that he should try this with a big team.
Okay.
You can think that he tried with Arsenal and he failed. I don't really think that he failed with Arsenal. I think it's lack of
The thing
patience.
is, the big club fan base don't have the patience to wait for him to execute.
Yeah, I agree totally. He didn't fail. I think there is lack of patience. So congrats to all of them. Liverpool, massive win away from home. Massive. Thanks to you guys. You know, Man U, I don't want to talk about Man U.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get
We'll
there.
get there, Bishop.
No, I don't want to discuss them. You know, when a man feeds his family, you don't clap for him.
Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you, Bishop.
If a team like this come to Trafford, they should beat them silly. They're not supposed to come.
Okay.
So when they did what they're supposed to do, when you
Thank
feed
you.
your family as a man, nobody claps for you.
All
It's
right.
your responsibility. So
Okay.
thanks to you
All
guys.
right. Thank you very much.
I
Okay.
like what he said there. He said when a man feeds his family, you pay picking school fees. Nobody's supposed to stand.
Baba, clap
They're not
for
supposed-
yourself.
Clap
Go
for yourself.
They're not
and
supposed to
take
give you a
yourself
standing
out.
ovation.
Eat something nice and have.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen and gentlewomen in the studio.
Good morning.
morning.
Name
Good morning.
and, name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Sonia Vitaris, which is Stapper Praise, aka
Okay.
Spanish Jerusalem Man U.
Okay. What is your own contribution?
My congratulations to Aston Villa, Liverpool. It's not easy to at least to win their first match. And big congratulations to that Emery, coach formation. The man is good enough. Congratulations to Man U. It's not easy to win the Barnsley or Bangini.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barnsley.
7-0. It's not easy. Although Nanda ain't up and all I can yala. It's okay. Real Madrid, they struggle. But although they try to win their first match as a champion. Okay, let us put mouth. There's no problem. Our match is today or tomorrow. I don't know.
Tomorrow.
It's, Carabao Cup.
I think it's tomorrow. It's not
Tomorrow.
today.
What time place
Okay,
today?
tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. That's all for Champions League football. Okay, let's get your prediction for PSG versus Girona.
Draw, maybe.
Draw for
or they
PSG.
edge it. Yeah.
PSG. Let's get your prediction for PSG.
PSG all the way, man.
Okay, Manchester City. You say 1-0, right?
So 1-0 for anybody that wins it.
Okay.
3-0.
3-0 for you. Oh, you are a City fan. You give them 3-0. And Haaland will score a hat-trick, right, John? Yes,
Mhm.
it's okay. Okay. Let's move on to England. Before the Carabao Cup happened yesterday, and Manchester United scored 7
I think
against
somebody
Barnsley.
has just underscored this so much now.
So they scored 7, and we have one comment here on our YouTube. He was talking about how did Manchester United get 7 in that game. Okay, but let's talk about that game first. Manchester United winning 7 goals to 0. It was a comfortable. Everybody was expecting them to win, but probably 7-0 was huge.
Off.
Was huge. Anthony scored a goal. They gave him a penalty to score. Let Baba score one goal now. They are just giving you one goal. Let him score.
No. See, he's created so many chances in that game. I think he had a hand in Rashford's first goal. He created many chances that was missed by what's it called, Rashford and the other guy, and Garnacho. So I think
Garnacho scored 2 and assisted 2.
Garnacho got 2, Ericsson got 2, Rashford
every other person got 2 goals. Garnacho, Rashford, and Ericsson. But I think Anthony created so much chance in that game that he didn't really get the defenders didn't really get him off, and they had to just sacrifice one for him. And I think since Rashford has already scored his goal, they know Garnacho will probably score, so they had to just hand him the penalty instead of Rashford taking it. And I think it was Rashford that said, okay, fine, you're a better person to take it than I am.
I think they just wanted to pick form, because if everybody picks form, I think last season they gave Havertz, Arsenal, when they got a penalty, Xhaka gave Havertz
after he's already scored a goal.
So I think it helps with the confidence. And if you look at this team, it's if you look at this particular team, it's a small team. He needs to build his confidence and probably win their game.
The only place I have a problem is when you start a Toby Coyler in left back position. What is Harry Amas doing on the bench? You have young players, fine, that could play in that position. Toby Coyler came in against Liverpool and was playing in a midfield position. Was playing a replacement to was Casemiro, and you saw him put up that energy in midfield, and you play him in left back position again, and you see like it feels like you're playing this guy off position. Though he had a good defensive dominance, he was dominant on the ball, he was winning area duels. He's 19, winning area duels like he's a 24-year-old man, getting on the right positions at the right time. Why not push him up front? And when the game started, I told myself, this is a 3-man flat formation. Casemiro might probably go to the back and join the defense line, while Dalot and Toby Coyler comes forward to join the midfield, and that was what exactly I saw in that game.
Ugati started too, no, John?
Yeah, Cassie and Ugati. Why Cassie would just leave the midfield for Ugati to man and go to the defense line and stay there, which was what I saw in that game until I saw Barnsley come out to play football. I'm like, are you people trying to challenge for a goal or what? And after that, I think that was what led to Garnacho's goal, the counter-attack, the forward press, and the passes that led to the Garnacho's goal.
There's a saying in football that goes like this: all die and I die. So Barnsley have to throw caution to the wind and come out.
So it's just the same thing that happened to Bayern Munich now. All die and I die, and they came out and conceded more goals.
Yeah, but Bayern won their game.
Okay, Manchester United winning that game. Ten Hag, I think the formation they play, starting Garnacho, starting Rashford as number 9.
Crying for them to start Garnacho, and man should start implementing that boy more in the Premier League.
You can't start everybody in all the games. Look at it now. Last night there was no the regular midfield we usually Man United usually plays with. We're not on the bench. Bruno was on the bench. Eriksen started ahead of him, and in the last game before that, now Eriksen started as well. So Bruno on the bench. Many of the top players on the bench, the Lisandro Martinez and all of that, were on the bench. And you're starting an Evans and Maguire in defense.
You have a game changer in your team, and you have somebody that can score goals in your team. You've played in matches you've lost where you needed a goal, and you've had the answer on the bench. I feel that Manchester, you saw the way they played yesterday, starting Rashford, Garnacho, and Anthony.
If you start Rashford up front now, even look at it now. Even when there was service going into the box, there was Rashford. Rashford was nowhere to be found. When there were crosses coming in, Rashford was absolutely nowhere to be found. It was far in the flanks, dragging position with Garnacho. It's the same thing.
Push him up center, keep him in the center, and play Garnacho on the flanks.
The same thing you're saying now is the same thing you're criticizing for Real Madrid, where you have a Vini and Kylian Mbappe playing. One person is playing as a top 9 and the other person is playing as a flank. That's what you have at Man United yesterday. Alejandro Garnacho and Rashford playing together. They have to. They mostly leave that position.
And see, okay, let's see what Manchester United will be doing in this cup competition. Hello, good morning.
Hello. It's Manchester United calling.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
I'm calling from Enugu.
Okay. Enugu. What's your own contribution?
I disagree with that guy that says that Manchester United are an abandoned attacker. I'm chasing the head about Chile the quarter. Don't remember. Let me just tell that guy.
is it Stafford Bridge? Yes, the guy that called. I want Chelsea to play their own on Thursday. So let us know whether they are playing Otakara or they are playing the main team. No problem. Everybody can criticize. Somebody beat somebody 7-1 and they are still saying something about it. Instead of him to say Manchester United, he did well.
Okay.
But no problem. Let's watch and see.
Thank you very much.
I congratulate Manchester United what they did yesterday. But I hope they will do more.
Okay.
By the time it comes out.
Thank you very much.
What they call it, John. I have a question for you. What they call it?
Hello? Oh, okay. Network. I think we lost that call. Okay. Continue, John.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is play your best hands in their position and give them a time to it makes the team a better team, and Manchester United will be able to get more points on the board and more goals.
Okay, let's see what happens with Manchester United. Okay, do you think that they're going to go far? I think they are going to be focusing on this cup. Probably, if they're not going to get the Premier League.
Yes, this will be the escape route for Ten Hag to stay
so
one more
tomorrow
year.
they will say if you
At
finish
least they will say
after
3 years, 3 trophies.
Yes, they will. Probably.
It's
And it's not
fine.
easy.
They can finish 10th and win Carabao Cup and come and say 3 years, 3 trophies.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Emmanuel from camp.
Okay, Emmanuel from camp. What is your contribution?
My contribution goes to Manchester United and try.
Okay.
But that John of a guy is John analyzing football of hatred. I don't know.
Please just give your contribution, please.
7-0. And John is not happy. He's not even saying anything. He's saying he's attackers. Actually, he's attackers. 11-11 in the field, not 10-11. 11-11. That John is not
calm down.
Well.
All right, thank you very much. But Manchester United did well.
John, repent.
All right, thank you very much. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Amechi.
Okay.
UK.
Okay, Amechi from UK. Welcome to the show. What's your contribution?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Manchester United. I know John is not happy, of course. And the thing is, yes, he was. It's not a big team. It's not a wonderful team, a Division 1 team. But then the fact that they won 7-0 is like a motivation. It's like a training match for them. For those who, like people like Anthony, who need to build his confidence. Even though he was still playing like Anthony yesterday, but at least there was a little glimpse of
intelligence.
Thank you, my brother. It's a little bit of intelligence. You can see what he was trying to do, but he still need to work hard because you saw what happened immediately Ahmad came in. You saw that Ahmad is somebody who is already sharper, who will be ahead of this guy always.
Yeah.
Within the minute he came in, he was already going to the goals. He was already aiming to the goals. And this other man have been there running around since. He didn't contribute much goals per se, if not for that penalty and all that. So kudos to them. And then John, if a child try, at least if a child that you've been teaching her to say A B C D and try to say A for the first time, tell the child well done. That is how it is.
But in this context now,
we know.
Okay,
continue.
We know that Man City is A team and Man U is F team. No wahala, but they are coming up, and we don't have Haaland. You will have Haaland, and I want to see what you look like the day Haaland will not play. Every time Haaland hat trick. I want to see how Man City will play the day Haaland will not play. Of course, you guys have a match today, and let's see how it's going to be like. This is not the Premier League. This is Champions League.
All right,
anyway, kudos to you guys. It's always good to hear you guys every morning. You know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the other game that happened in the Carabao Cup is Stoke versus Fleetwood. They play 1-1 and Stoke won on penalties 2-1. Everton won, Southampton won. Everton losing that game on penalties Okay, guys, but finally, I'm going to give you this final news that Rabiot has had. He found a club. He's now at Olympic Marseille. He's going to play he's going to play his games at Olympic Marseille to next season. This season, actually, he signed a 2 years contract. Okay, this is how I'm going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. My name is Godwin. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow again is Champions League football. See you tomorrow.